about to go down. Break it down. Can't deny me. Why would you want to? You need me. Why don't you try me? Baby, you want to. Believe me.
Tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.
Yeah, Freestyle Friday number 17. My name is E-Double, his name is Tom Petty, and here we go. Small pond, big pond, the fish are the only difference. City out of harmony, lingering on the dissonance. Fishermen wrapping up citizens with their fishing nets. Sometimes chemical, some played old imprisonment. Dissidents laughing at themselves as if they had a voice. Acting like technology really gives them a better choice. Protect the borders as we stack up our elitism. Defeatism is what we pretend that we keep believing in. I'm straddling both lines, the quietest revolt. Politicians fake like they caring that we vote. Legalese verbose, cause if it's plain English, then it's ADD riddle, and riddle children might get it. And if they do, then you're fucked. When they know what's up, you might start seeing public servants dressed as...
Welcome in. Let me introduce myself. My name is Riverter. Sometimes they call me Peepaw Riveter. What the hell is going on with this camera? Hang on a second here, guys. It's been a day or two. It's been a day or two. I know. It's been a day or two, but that's okay. That's all right. It's okay. That's all right. It's okay. That's all right. Hey, how you doing there, Kangalope, sorry, and Zero. Hope you guys are doing well today. And let's get some stuff right out of the hopper. Let's just get it over with and get it done with there. Yeah. Everybody likes a little beer. Why not? It's the holiday seasons. Let's have some beer. What do you say? Huh? Let's have some beer. Anyway. So, I hope you got... What happened? What happened? What's going on here? Get to this stuff and then get to this. Okay. Boy, that ain't worth it. Well, all right. So, the place I work for, why are you streaming at a normal time for once? Well, Zero, that's a great question. Let me get right into why that's what's going on. So, what happened is the company I work for, as you know, I had to work remote, or whatever you want to call it, hybrid working. I did that for about 5 years because of COVID, and then the office place where I work caught on fire, and they had us go back to work in the office earlier this year. And I'll be quite honest with you, I had good intentions. My intentions was, okay, when I come in from work of evening, I was going to try to stream maybe 1 or 2 nights a week. But then some things changed beyond my control. And so, like, I leave my house every morning around 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not getting home till like almost 7 p.m. Right? So it's like 13 hours a day that I'm out and about working and stuff. And so I'll be honest with you. I come in of the evening and we have a quick bite of supper, me and the wife, and then I usually hit the hay. Some nights you're working remotely. Yeah. I'd kind of gotten tired after about 5 years of working remotely. But now I think I would really rather be back working. Anyway, and so then I thought, well, I'll stream on the weekends. I can get a stream in on the weekends and stuff, right? But, streaming is like anything else, any other hobby or whatever. And now I've got this stinking cold. I got this cold that's trying to get me right here at the flipping holiday, whatever. Anyway, my nose is running like as we say here in the South, sugar tree. But anyway, so the weekends would come. I thought, well, I'll stream on a Saturday or something, right? But I realized that I just got out of the habit of it. And the longer I was like, yeah, I had no desire to do it. There was no itch there. There was no desire. There was no drive. There was no nothing to do it. And then, I guess about a week or so ago, I started kind of getting that itch to stream again, and, when you do something as a hobby, which is what this always was for me, it was just a hobby. It was just something to pass the time. If you don't have a drive, if you don't have a desire to do it, then, forcing yourself to do it, I think it comes across that way. You're just going through the motions. There's no passion there. There's no want to. And so but like I say, about 2 weeks ago, I started getting the itch again. So much so that, I've reached out to some people that, I've made content with in the past, off and on, here and there. And because the people that I was, the friends that I had that I was making the podcast, you guys know the little podcast I had going on with some friends that Clear as Mud. Well, they all went and they're doing their own things and what have you, in different parts of the world, doing different things, whatever. And so anyway, I reached out to some different people and they said, yeah. So sometime after the first of the year, Clear as Mud will be coming back on the weekends. It'll be a little weekend show with well, of course, my old mug will be there. But I think some people that I will have some really good dynamics with, and I think will be entertaining. And I hope you guys will enjoy it as well. So, yay for Clear as Mud. It's being dragged up out of the like a fiery phoenix. It's rising from the ashes. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Zero. So what else? So this week I'm going to try to get in as many streams in as I can, because like I say, I'm working hybrid, whatever they call it these days, remotely or whatever. So I'm going to try to get in as many shows as I can, if I can find things to talk about. But anyway, let's get into it. So that's kind of where I've been and what's going on with me. And I don't know so much if you guys cared anything about that or not, but whatever. Let's get into why. So how many of you guys remember, or, well, I never talked about this. I kind of did. I called in one evening because K-Huck was doing a stream on it. And so anyway, I called in because I thought, well, you know, I can call in and talk for a little while there. This psychotic one. I thought, well, I can talk a little bit there, and I don't have to do like an entire show and all this, that, and I don't have to be on cam, and so I don't have to be all energetic, and I don't have to, you know, do all these, you know, I can just kind of maybe low chill, do talk about it, which is what I did. But anyway, so I think this is the one I want. Yeah. Okay. So this is the original video with the girl that she's a DoorDash delivery person. And back, I think this was like in the 1st of October, somewhere in there, she received a notification to deliver the order and just to leave it at the doorstep. Well, so let's just watch this video here.
That's fucked up. Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why.
Was this one go, tell me why? Yeah, tell me why. Well, okay, we'll get into that.
They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have
50 minutes. That is unacceptable. It's just unacceptable that you would make this poor, precious little girl, this young lady here, just out here trying to make it in this world, to sit on a wait for 50 minutes. How dare you, sir?
to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account.
Oh, good Lord. No, not the money. They stole her money too?
I was working. I was literally working.
She was working it, guys. Did you hear? She was working it.
And they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault.
She was sexually assaulted, guys. You know how she was sexually assaulted? Well, I'll tell you how she was sexually assaulted. She was sexually assaulted because when she went to go deliver the items or the order, this guy, this is occurring in the state of New York, this gentleman had passed out on his couch and he was naked from the waist down. And she walked up to make the delivery and she seen One-Eyed Willie. And she was offended by that. Fair enough. That's fine. She was offended by that. That's fine. But that constituted sexual assault. So anyway, so I don't agree with that. I don't agree with her assessment of the situation. Now, I can agree that she could have been offended by that. I can agree that the guy probably shouldn't have passed out drunk or whatever it was condition he was in with his pants down around his knees. Okay? I can agree with all that. I'm fine with that assessment, and I'm fine with saying, hey, don't do that. Okay? I'm fine. Yes, you're correct, 100%, Trippy. There was a thing there where she was supposed to leave the package at the door and go, right? she invited herself in. Well, okay, so that's the thing, right? There were people saying, oh, she opened the door and she went in and this, that, whatever else. Well, there's been no like definitive on that, whether or not if she actually, quote, opened the door or not. But what I can tell you is that by her recording the video, right, she got herself in a whole world of trouble, okay? Because if we come over here and we, see, is this the, no, let's not go with this one. Let's go with this one here. This, well, no, I don't like that one either. How about this one? No, I don't like that one. Hang on here, guys. Let me see if I can, let me bring it up over here on this one here, and let me go over here to this one here, and undo this here. And let me bring it over here so it's not behind the thing. Okay. So she's facing 2 felony charges. Okay. The dismemberment, one was the unlawful surveillance, okay, for amusement or profit. And then the second one was the what was the word? What is the word they use? Dissemination. I'll get it out here in a second. Dissemination of surveillance images for money or publishing it, right? What does that mean? I know what you're saying, right? I know what you're saying. You're saying, what does that mean, people? Well, I'll tell you what that means. So there is in New York State, there is what is called within the confines of your house, you have what is called presumed what was the name of that word? Expectation of privacy. There you go. You have a presumed expectation of privacy. Thank you, Nad. And so anyway, when she recorded him inside of his house and then turned around, which that is the unlawful surveillance. If she recorded him, even though the video shows her on the outside of the, recording it through the open door, right? He still had expectation of privacy. So that is called unlawful surveillance. And then when she uploaded it to TikTok, and she got paid off of TikTok, by the way, that's where the dissemination of the image for selling or publishing, that's where she got in trouble. That's where the second count came. Okay. So she's currently right now facing 2 felony charges, right? Now I'm not for sure exactly how long those 2 counts carry with it, as far as if she's found guilty, as far as will she actually go to jail? Will it just be a probationary period of time and some fines or whatever? That I don't know. But anyway, she had her first court appearance. Okay. And this is her first court appearance.
City judge allowing News Channel 9 to record the proceedings. The first look at 23-year-old Olivia Henderson outside her popular TikTok page.
Their front door was wide open, and they were within eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch indecently exposed to me.
This is her last post, published October 26th, 2 weeks after her now deleted video causing this controversy. Working as a driver for...
Now, one of the things, too, that I want to also point out on this deal is this got so much heat and so much attention. DoorDash actually released a statement. And DoorDash stated that, one, she got all of her money that she was owed. That was she had access to it the entire time, right? Secondly, the reason why she was terminated was because she recorded a customer, which you cannot do. And number 2, she then turned around and posted that customer online. Okay, so that's why her account got terminated. Now, the guy who ordered the victim in this situation, his account got terminated as well. I don't know if he subsequently got it back or not. Haven't had anything, knowledge as far as that or what have you. Now, this is coming from Legal Bites. She's a lawyer. Some of you guys might know her from when she was, back in the day when they were covering like the Johnny Depp trial and some of the other big trials that were going on back in the day, LawTube really took over the YouTubes there for a while. But anyway, she talks about this, and this is what she had to say.
What happened with the DoorDash girls' court appearance. So really the only thing that's changed now is Olivia Henderson, also known as DoorDash Girl, has now been arraigned and she entered her plea of not guilty. And I guess I'm not all that surprised that she went with a not guilty plea at the outset because that's pretty common actually. Even in cases that don't really look great for the defendant, it's sometimes there's enough there that by entering a not guilty plea, you can retain some amount of leverage for a plea deal where you might be able to get some of the charges or penalties removed or lowered.
What she's basically saying is this is a delay tactic used by the defense to give them time to negotiate with the prosecutors to try to reduce the charges or to arrange a plea deal. So the punishment is on the lesser side versus the maximum sentence, right? So it's more towards the minimum and not maximum. That's what I was talking about. So rather than her actually serving jail, right, or going to prison for a few years, that type of thing, she winds up having where she's on probation for, a couple of 3 years or something like that, and she's made to pay some fines and maybe even do some community service, that type of thing, versus actually going to prison. Her comparing indecent exposure essay really is making a real victim look sus. She is doing so much damage to real victims. You're correct, Zero. That's another aspect of this thing, is by her falsely claiming that she was essayed. Real victims of that violent, horrific event is really minimized, and I think that in itself is atrocious. And I think she needs to make a public apology for equating to what she did to that horrible act. Now, again, like I said, I can be sympathetic that she was exposed or she's seen a willy and she didn't want to see. I can get that. I can even see how that might be traumatizing. But again, the guy was passed out and was inside his own house. If she would just drop the thing and go, Now, there was some talk, and I think, if I remember, I don't think necessarily in this video, but Legal Bites in another video was talking about how, according to the police report on this case, when the victim of this situation became aware that he had been publicly posted out there where he was naked, that there could be some civil case arising. He could be going after her civilly and suing her, right? Which is it's not criminal. It's a civil thing, but he could be suing her for damages, right? For posting his him out being nude and what have you.
If prosecutors have bigger fish to fry, for example, they might be more likely to negotiate a plea deal that the defendant might not otherwise get if they just enter a guilty plea from the outset. That said, there also is a benefit to
Let's see, there was another thing
if
here.
you think that your case isn't. Explain that. Let's first talk about what the prosecution needs to prove with these charges. As a reminder, there are two of them. The first is unlawful surveillance, and the second is dissemination of unlawful surveillance. Now, the second one is basically where you do all the things for an unlawful surveillance, or...
So it says a person is guilty of dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image in the first degree when he or she, with knowledge of the unlawful conduct by which an image or images of the sexual or other intimate parts of another person or persons were obtained in such an unlawful conduct would satisfy the essential elements of the crime of unlawful surveillance in the first or second degree, as defined by respectively section 250.5 or 250.45 of this article sells or publishes such an image or images. So basically, in layman's terms, when she took that video and she posted it, that's when she became guilty of this dissemination of unlawful surveillance.
Or you know that an image or a video was obtained through unlawful surveillance, and then you take the additional step of selling or publishing it. So with that, let's dig into unlawful surveillance, since it's needed for both of these charges. Here, the state is charging her with a violation of subsection 1 of that statute specifically. And under subsection 1 of the New York Penal Code section 250.45, the prosecution has to prove the following. First, the defendant intentionally surreptitiously recorded/broadcast another person. Second, the defendant recorded that person while they were dressing, undressing, or otherwise revealing their intimate parts. Third, the defendant did this when the person had a reasonable expectation of privacy. Fourth, the defendant did all of this without the person's knowledge or consent. And finally, the defendant recorded the person for the purpose of another person's amusement, entertainment, or profit, or for the purpose of degrading or abusing him. So looking at all of this, element 1 is easily met. We know that Henderson recorded the DoorDash customer because that's what went viral on TikTok after all. We also know it was an intentional recording. It's not like she happened to be vlogging her work or something and a naked man walked into the frame behind her and she didn't intend to record him. She saw him there on the couch and decided to take her phone out and record him.
Yeah. So there you go. So, you can tell she basically, reading between the lines, she's kind of screwed. She's kind of screwed. And it's going to be really a matter of, like Legal Bites was saying there, how busy is the prosecution? How many cases does the prosecutor have on their table that they're working through? And is this going to determine how willing they are to negotiate with her defense attorney to try to lessen the charges, or to reduce the punishment on it. So, I think, honestly, I think in a situation like this, I don't know necessarily if she needs to go to prison or jail. I think it probably needs to be somewhere in the deal where she definitely has got probation for quite a while. She needs to be doing some community service, and there needs to probably be some hefty penalties and fines assessed with this. As far as the guy, we call it with civil charges or civil case against her. Yeah, 100%. And I hope he gets a very good lawyer. And the problem on that deal with a civil case is she ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, right? She's looked like she's 23 years old, right? And if she's door dashing, that pretty much would tell you her income is limited at best, right? So I would say, you go after her. You probably could even get a judgment against her, but the chances of you actually getting any type of money from her or anything else like that would be little to none. Now, you can go the extra step after you get a judgment, and you can file for garnishment, and you can sit there and garnish her wages. You can garnish her tax returns or anything like that. Any kind of money she has coming in, you can garnish it. But like I say, in the long run, the chances of you actually getting her, him getting kind of money out of it or whatever, I think would be pretty much a slim to none type thing. But anyway, so what's the moral of this story? Well, the moral of the story is pretty simple, right? Don't be filming people inside their houses with their willy hanging out and posting it on TikTok. It's advantageous. It's not advantageous for your your career. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, and this next story is pretty wild. So this guy, when did this happen? This happened back in November, so it's a little bit older towards the end of November. So it's not too bad. It's November the 24th. So that's been what, about 2 weeks, something like that. Anyway, so this guy, this is coming out of Woodbridge, Virginia. A guy was reported missing. And he's a 49-year-old guy. Friends and family reported him missing. They couldn't find him. And anyway, so 15 days later, they found the old boy. It seems that his car, well, let me just bring this up. We'll just read this here. So it took 15 days and 2 tows before anyone noticed a dead man in the backseat of a car in Woodbridge. Now police are investigating his death. According to the Prince William County Police Department, an unnamed private towing company was contacted on November the 3rd to remove a vehicle from the PS Business Park parking lot on PS Business Center Drive. The car was then towed and eventually transferred to another tow lot in Fairfax County. 15 days later, workers at the Fairfax County tow lot contacted police after noticing a dead body on the floor of the back seat. Now, how is this car going to be towed twice? Not once, but twice. And nobody notices a dead body in the back seat of the car. I mean, seriously? As a tow driver, aren't they supposed to like secure stuff? And I don't know. I don't know. Police identified the body only as a 49-year-old man who had been reported missing on November 1st, 2 days before his car was towed from the business parking lot. The man's body was taken to the medical examiner's office to confirm the identity and determine the cause and manner of death. Preliminarily, there does not appear to be any signs of foul play or a threat to the community. So, we just got dead bodies rolling around in the backseat of a car being towed everywhere. So, that it's all right. Doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. So, anyway. Hello, Nietzsche gang. A lot of bodies showing up in trunks this year. Right, Kangaloope? I haven't been following it real close. But I've seen, chats and this, that, whatever else. I guess they identified the body in the back of that Tesla was the girl that was missing, right? That's tied to this wrapper, right? That's where I keep all mine anyway. But they said something about, the last I saw on this was they're not charging the rapper, right? Or the rapper, I guess he's not. I don't know. It's just, how does a body wind up in the back of your car and then you ain't got nothing to do with it? You just giving out keys everywhere to people or something? I don't know. Anyway. I spot a Santa hat in the background. Could you put it on for us? No. Maybe closer to Christmas. I might, Nietzsche. I might. Maybe closer to Christmas. Maybe. We'll see. So anyway, this next one, this is kind of an older story. It's 7 years ago. But this one just drove me crazy. So the story on this one is this guy, 30-year-old man, was living in, nice beard. Thanks. Appreciate that, Toxic. So this 30-year-old man was living in his mom and dad's basement. Okay? 30-year-old man living in his mom and dad's basement. And his mom and dad repeatedly tried to evict or get him to leave. They wanted him to go. They said, hey, you need to move out. You need to whatever. And he wouldn't leave. So they had to go through the court systems and get their 30-year-old son evicted. Let's see, here we go. Like this here.
A judge in Syracuse has decided it's finally time for Michael Rotundo to move out of his parents' New York home.
Hang on, let me back that up just a second.
It's finally time for Michael Rotundo to move.
Still could be Nad, right? I'm doing fine, Spectre. Thanks for asking. Could have been me or Mikey if you had a basement rip. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, this guy, let's just be kind of honest with it. He looks like a 30-year-old that would still be living in his mom. That's his mom and dad over here, by the way, on the right-hand side of the screen there. That's his mom and dad. Poor mom and dad. Sitting there, this cat, 30 years old, won't leave. He's just living down there, hollering, you know, more Hot Pockets, Mom. Mom, more Hot Pockets. You know, this is actually, God, anyway, jeez. Hang on, here we go.
Out of his parents' New York home. Mark and Christina Rotundo.
Look at this. Mom and Dad, look, Mom is just, she's just like, I'm just so over this. I'm just over this. I'm just done. I'm done with you.
30-year-old son to court after he ignored multiple written notices to leave. Justice Donald Greenwood also tried convincing him to leave voluntarily, but Rotundo argued he needed more time.
6-month notice to quit is a reasonable amount of time for someone who is
6 months. Dude, they've been trying to get rid of you since you were probably about, I don't know, 18. You've had 20. You've had 12 years. 12 years they've been trying to get rid of you. 6 months. He wants 6 more months. Just 6 more months. Oh, God.
depending on persons for support.
After a fruitless 30-minute back and forth, the judge
is laughing at him. Did you see that? The judge is actually laughing at this guy.
Ordered Rotundo out. In previous court documents, Rotundo said that in the 8 years he has lived with his parents, he was never expected to contribute to household expenses or maintenance. His parents offered him money to leave.
They tried to bribe him. They're like, here, we'll give you money. Just go away. It's cheaper. We'll pay. Here's $1,000. Go away. Just go away. God.
Rotundo called the ruling outrageous and says he will appeal.
He's going to appeal. He's going to appeal. It's outrageous. How dare they? I've been living here for 8 years, rent-free, not paying no money, nothing. 8 years. 8 years. Just give me some more. I just need just a few more months because I've been here 8 years, and in 8 years I haven't saved anything. I haven't built a nest egg. I haven't done nothing. But 6 more months, Your Honor. Just six, and I'll get all the money I need, and I'll be able to move out, and everything will be great. Oh God, yeah, he won't cut the grass. He won't wash his own dishes. His mama probably has to wash his own skid marked, stained up damn underwear because he's lazy ass. He's lazy, he don't even wipe his ass good. You know that. He's not doing nothing. Now if that's not enough, guys, if that wasn't enough, come up here. CNN picks this shit up.
Michael, welcome.
Hi.
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 Hi. So let me start with you're 30.
Right.
The simplest question: do you not want to find your own place?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to live there anymore.
You don't want to live with your parents?
I don't like living with. No.
Then get out. Just move out. Why are you appealing the judge's decision? Holy shit! If you didn't want to, but God.
It's not. It's very tense. It's very awkward. It's we have to we have to share space, which may be the case with where I would find myself afterwards. But I'd prefer to get out.
Okay,
well, then
so
get out.
Preferring to get out. Let's rewind for a second, because it's my understanding you've lived, at your parents' house, rent-free for 8 years, and I know you do your own laundry, you buy your own food, but they asked you 5 times, please move out. Why couldn't you guys resolve this without the court?
I would consider much of what they were doing to try to get me out as a tax, and what I was just, trying to preserve.
So a tax? Did you see that? He's not even buying his own bullshit there. Mid-citizen, tax? Is the tax?
Well, trying to do what's best for me, which is just, let's try to be a little more reasonable. I'll leave. I don't like living here, but I need reasonable time. And as an example of this, the first notice that I received, the February 2nd notice, was basically, you have 14 days before you're outside in the winter weather. So the first thing I did when I got that was I made sure that wasn't going to happen. I contacted the police department. I said, "Is this something that's this could happen?" And they're like, "No, you just call us. That they can't do that." And I said, "All right." And I was like, "All right." And
I'm listening to you. I really am. But let me just understand, because I hear you on your parents giving you notices. The fact that you were on national television talking about moving out of your parents' house. You tell me you want to move out of your parents' house. Why don't you just move out of your parents' house, like tomorrow?
I don't have the means to do that tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
do you have a job?
No.
I guarantee you, does he work? That's a great question. Does he work? I guarantee you this guy right here, he's a Discord mod. He's a Discord mod, and that's his job. He feels, I guarantee you, this is the type of guy who's a damn Discord mod. Hey, Keemstar, I got another host for you. We'll just get a hold of Michael Rotundo here. 30 years old. That's a Reddit mod. I wonder if he's one of the snark Redditors. Maybe he's one of the ones that Ethan Klein's after right now. Holy jeez. What is that? I'm telling you, just start getting freaky with it. At Will all the house, he will leave. You might be right, Nietzsche. But Mom and Dad just start banging everywhere. Walking around. Hey, it's Naked Friday. Worked at my house. Naked Fridays ran mine right out of the house, boy. That's a joke. That's a joke. I have to clarify. People out there, it's a joke.
Are you trying to get a job? Because I read that one of the things your parents asked of you, there are jobs available even for those with a poor work history like you. Get one, you have to work. Are you working on that?
I have.
The answer is no. No, he doesn't have a job. This is a guy who's been living at his mom and dad's ever since he was 22 years old. He's been living there for 8 years. Ever since he's 22 years old, he's been living with his mom and dad. They've been, okay. He buys his own food. How does he buy his own food if he is not working? He doesn't have a job. How is he buy? Oh, food stamps. SNAP. I guarantee some of a bitch is probably on food stamps. Oh, God. Okay.
I have plans to be able to provide myself with the income I need to support myself, but it's not something that's going to...
I have plans. I have plans to support myself. But I'm just not executing those plans because that means I'd have to get up. I'd have to take a shower. I probably would have to do something about this mop on top of my head and get a haircut where I look somewhat presentable and respectable. Maybe trim up that beard a little bit, get it a little bit tamed as well. And I would have to go out into the world and face people every day and get a job and saying, would you like fries with that? Because I guarantee you, this cat was a college dropout. He has no marketable skills.
Come together tomorrow. So I'm trying to do what's best for me. And
what's best for you? What, staying at home, living in your mom and dad's basement, let them provide and everything?
I do want to leave, and I want to leave as soon as possible. But it's not tomorrow. I don't think it should have to be tomorrow. And
But you want it to be tomorrow. It just isn't tomorrow because you don't have the means yet to make it tomorrow. Here's the next thing.
Right.
I mean, do you, a lot of us have lived with our parents maybe a little bit longer than we wish we could. Please take a sip of your water. Do you not want privacy, Michael? I mean, do you not want relationship?
Why does he need privacy? He ain't got a guarantee he doesn't have a girlfriend. Why are you asking if he wants privacy? This guy has not seen a boob since his mama popped a titty out of his mouth. I guarantee you. Holy shit! Why are you asking him? He doesn't need privacy. God.
Boyfriend, girlfriend, friendships, space, not shared walls.
Oh, no, because his losers come over and they hang out in the basement and they're playing Dungeons and Dragons or Magic the Gathering. Come on. He has tons of Discord kittens. No, he doesn't. This guy doesn't have no Discord kittens. Jesus Christ.
With mom and dad.
I do want those things.
Yeah. So you're.
She's looking at him with such just disdain. You can smell the. I'm gonna tell you something. Terrence's #1 Discord kitten. Can confirm. Oh God, no. I'm gonna tell you something. This guy's body odor, I can smell. This thing's like 8 years. This story's like 8 years old. I guarantee you, which means he's 38 years old now, right? He probably still hasn't had a boob. He probably hasn't touched a boob. He's 40 years old. He's probably not touched a boob or fondled someone. Maybe he's gay. He ain't fondled someone else's dick. Whatever the deal is, I don't really care. My point is he's not touched another human body other than his own. God almighty, this guy.
Parents took you to court, though, to force you out of their home. And you sat there and you represented yourself and you argued that you should have more time. I know that you wanted the 6 months, and I've heard you say, ironically, by the time maybe you'll leave, it will be that 6 months. The court didn't side in your favor. Will you fight the court? Will you fight your parents on this?
I'm going to send a letter that I've already prepared to my parents' attorney that says if you send an order to the court, it's a proposed order, that is for 3 months. There's a possibility the court won't accept that, although I don't think that makes any sense. I'm not a lawyer, I don't really know, but I guess the court can deny any.
He's representing himself. Yeah, he didn't have a lawyer. He's representing himself. Yeah, what they call that no procès or yeah.
Proposed order that they like. But I would say that to the attorney, I'm saying to the attorney, if you put this proposed order for 3 months in, or a proposed order for 3 months in, I won't fight anymore for the case. And the ironic thing is that if they had sent me the 6 month notice to quit in February.
Spectre, this guy's been living in his mom and dad's house for 8 years, in their basement. He has not had a job. He has a plan to procure a job to give him the means by which to move out and live on his own, but he hasn't quite put that plan into action yet, which means you don't care. Yeah, I understand. First rule of lawsuits, never represent yourself. I get that. I understand that, but this is a civil case. It's not a criminal case, so you have to have money for a lawyer. My point is this guy don't even have money to buy groceries. He's been living off his mom and dad. He cannot pay for a lawyer. And he's fighting them, evicting him from their house.
It would have cost them $0 in legal expenses.
So, okay. Legal expenses aside.
Hang on. It was probably cheaper for them to hire an attorney and to start eviction orders against their son than it was to continue to pay for him to live in their house. That's the sad thing of the whole deal. It was probably honestly cheaper for them to hire that attorney, pay the court costs to evict their son. That's no joke. God, this guy's deadbeat.
I'm sure you're irked. I'm sure your parents are irked. You only have one mom and dad. And I understand
Right.
that you are probably more upset than even you're letting on, but don't you want to reconcile with them?
No.
No. No, I don't want to reconcile with him. No. God, this guy's a loser. He's a loser.
No, I don't.
No.
I mean, are you aware of the component regarding my son and about how I lost my visitation? Yeah. So right.
Hang on. He has a son. Someone has sex with this. What? He has somebody touched his wee-wee? This guy has a kid? What? Why is this? Why are we burying that? That's the lead. That's the lead on this.
After that, they're like, well, we want you to start doing. Don't worry about your case, that's a full-time job setting up an appeal for an order like that for custody and visitation. What you need to do right now is get a full-time job and get health insurance, or we're going to throw you out. And it was devastating to lose my son. And
well, have you thought about getting a job so you could pay child support so you wouldn't lose custody? Have you thought about that? That kind of goes hand in hand, Jack. When you have kids, you have a fiduciary responsibility to pay for the well-being and care of those children. If you can't even drag your limp, sorry ass out of bed to go put fries in a bag at McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or Five Guys or wherever, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Your local greasy hamburger stand. And then you wonder why you lost visitation and custody of your child? Because you're not paying for the child. You're not being a parent.
I was just, I was done with them. I was done with them after that. I was done with them after that point.
My heart goes out to you on the custody issue.
No,
sure.
It doesn't.
Yeah, the last
It doesn't.
Part of this, though, Michael, and this is really my last question. There are a lot of people who have read about your story, and the thought bubble is, what is up with this millennial generation that you guys seem so entitled? What would you say to those critics?
I would say that I'm really not a member of that demographic that they're speaking to, of that group. I'm a very conservative person. The millennials that they're speaking to are very liberal in their ideology.
But you're 30, so technically I think you are part of the millennial generation. I don't think there's a delineation between...
You're right. But when people speak to the millennials
No, I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that it's only addressed towards the blue hairs and that. No. When us Gen Xers and the gen before us, the boomers, when we talk about the millennials, we're talking about the mindset. And that's what the reporter said, this entitled mindset, which is exactly what you have, jackass. You lived with your mom and dad since you were 22 years old. For 8 years, you've lived with your mom and dad. They had to get a lawyer to get you evicted because you would not get a job. You would not do anything to support yourself. You didn't get a job to support your child. You think everything should just be handed and given to you. That is the entitled attitude that they're talking about with these millennial generations. For God's sakes, it has nothing to do with political ideologies. That has nothing to do with it at all.
their general nature as a millennial, they speak to more liberal leanings, in my opinion. Do you disagree?
I don't think it's for me to disagree. I think a millennial is a millennial is a millennial based upon the year that you were born.
Okay.
But I think it's totally your opinion to say, you know, that doesn't apply to me. And with that, Michael Rotundo, I appreciate you coming on. I truly wish you the best of luck. And
I am a millennial.
Yes.
Oh my God! What? That's your closer. You don't accept? I'm a millennial. What? Oh my God! I don't know. I don't know if she's Gen X or not. I have no idea. I have no idea. Jeez.
Michael.
Right.
Thanks.
Welcome.
God. Oh my Lord. What an idiot. What an absolute positive idiot. Oh my God. It's all about not paying child support. Of course it was. Cungalope. Of course it was. Minus 50 DKP for this one. Yeah. Or is she also part of the entitled millennial generation? She might very well be. I don't know. And just for the record, just for clarification, not all millennials have this like entitled attitude of like they're owed something, right? You have people that are millennials that are hardworking. They nose to the grindstone. They get up. They do what it is. They don't have an expectation of owed something, right? That they're owed anything. They're owed an existence. That whatever. They understand that if you want things, you have to go out and work and earn the money to purchase these things and have these things. And if you want nicer things, that means you have to make more money and all that, right? There are whatever. It's just like there are some the Gen Zs, right? The Zoomers, as they call them. There's some of those young people I've met that they're okay. The problem is that in the case of the Zoomers and the millennials, those ones who do not have that type of entitled attitude and that entitled mindset, they're the minorities of those generations. The majority of the generations do have those type of entitled attitudes and mindsets, and that's what. And unfortunately, because they're the majority, that's what the whole body as a whole, the group as a whole, is judged upon, which is unfair. It's unfair. So, too soft on him, possibly. Lines and divide each other. Well, yeah, that's all we're all about. We got to divide. We got to have that divide. We don't want unification. We don't want damn unification. What is this here? I've known men that will not accept a higher paying job to avoid more child support, despite not even wanting to raise the kid. Yep, I know exactly what you're saying. Kanga, you're 100% correct. I know, and I've known there's been cases where the fathers are raising the kids, right? And the mom was the primary breadwinner. And there's cases where the women have taken lesser jobs so that they don't have to pay as much child support to men. So it goes both sides. I mean, it's you know, and I don't know why a parent, male, father or mother, why they would do something like that to punish the child. That to me is beyond me. The kids in this situation are the innocents, and they're just Anyway, let's see what else we got here. Texas DMV complains Houston man's license plate is offensive. Well, let's see what this story is all about, because I like a good offensive license plate story, just like anybody else.
So it already gets a lot of looks from other drivers. But if the state of Texas is correct, it's also turning heads because of the license plate on the car. The DMV.
Well, what's wrong with that? 370H55V. There's nothing wrong with that. That looks noble to me for a license plate.
DMV says the plate is offensive. The owner disagrees. You be the judge. Joel Eisenbaum has the story only on 2 tonight.
About the Houston plate?
So high rollers love them, and so do others. In fact, there are more than 120,000 personal.
Do you guys in chat, do you guys have customized license plates? What they call them, vanity plates? Do you have any of those? I don't. I ain't paying what they want for them, but, whatever. Just
license plates in Texas. Safir Hassan, for the last 3+ years, has had one on his Lamborghini.
370H55V, as in Victor.
The problem is the state says this puzzling alphanumeric jumble is no longer acceptable. They told him by letter, quote, "It has been determined that the personalization is offensive." The DMV has hummed this tune before. The standard for revocation?
Would it invoke a response from other drivers that may be driving past that vehicle?
Hassan argues his plate doesn't meet that standard.
I definitely think the state is overreaching their boundaries.
I mean, you still haven't figured out why this plate could be considered offensive, have you? How about when we flip it over? You're now looking at a blurred-out cuss word, and it took the state some time to reach the conclusion, but...
Well, I don't think asshole is really a curse word, is it? I mean, it's more, you know, a colorful metaphor. Just a colorful metaphor. I agree. I think the state of Texas is overreaching on this one. Let the guy have his asshole plate. There ain't nothing wrong with that. For crying out loud. Come on now.
But apparently, they don't think it's funny. Quote, cancellation will occur 30 days from the date of this letter. Hassan is welcome to find another personalized plate, but he won't be refunded if he doesn't.
Hassan is strongly considering appealing the state's decision, but he has to do it in writing, and he has to do it pretty quickly. It's better, though, than getting stuck with a fairly lame license plate like mine. Joel Eisenbaum, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Well, there you go. It's just a plain old Jane license plate. Lord, no, why would we want to do that, for crying out loud? We wouldn't want to do that, would we? Just a plain old Jane license plate, for crying out loud. Doxed, exactly, Nietzsche. He doxed himself. He doxed himself. Jeez. If you can't say it in school or in church, I'm going to tell you something. I've heard a lot worse than asshole in school. So I think that's okay. I think you can get away with that one. I think that's okay. I think we're okay on that one. All right. So I got a couple palate cleansers and we're going to get out of here for the day. What do you say, y'all? You ready? Here's some palate cleansers. Here we go. Ready? Little thief. Just a little thief. That's all he is. He little thief. The little thief didn't get far, did he? Boy, he was pumping them little legs just as fast as he could. This next one is coming from Nietzsche. This one's actually coming from Nietzsche. Nietzsche sent this one to me. So if you guys don't like this one, Nietzsche's in the chat. You can let her know. Okay? God. Oh.
Lap the thighs. Swing them around. Get down. I just ripped my pants.
Well, she just, hang on, she just flashed that entire, hang on, can we back that up just a smidgen? Yeah. I think she just flashed, look at all these cars here, right? Yeah, she did that in the crosswalk. She just flashed those cars behind her. Whew, they done got a free shot. They hollered, "Don't look, Ethel!" It's too late. They done got a free shot. Boogity, boogity.
Just got these jeans, bitch.
Oh!
Look at my cat.
Which one? She said, "Look at my cat." Which one? Both the cats are out. Both the cats are out.
Give me some.
Oh.
All just because I ripped my pants.
Sounds like someone ripped their pants.
Uh-oh. Oh, my. That would be horrible. It's your wedding, groom, and you're the groom, and you rip your britches. Well, kiddos, chat, that's it. That's all the people's got for you today. Hopefully you liked it. And GG. GG. Zero Core says GG. So anyway, you guys have a good evening. I'm going to do my best to try to put one of these together for tomorrow evening too. We'll see. Like I say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I've missed you guys. Honestly and truly, I have. I've missed being able to do my streams. I've missed being able to hang out with you guys and just kind of laugh and have a good time. And anyway, until next time, guys, remember, keep your powder dry, and I'll see you in the funny